We trying to get paid.
Making money, make it, dollar, dollar.
We trying to get paid.
Making money,
Make it save and invest. Stacking up checks. Let's go.
After 3 days of rough sailing, probability plays out and the fourth day goes green. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Lasali Nungu. Make sure you click the like button on this video. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. It improves my standing on YouTube, and I greatly appreciate it. Big selling into the last hour of the day. Can't lie about that. But at the end of the day, today was the first day of the expected recovery bulls were looking forward to. Now that their hopes have come to fruition, they are hoping for more follow through tomorrow. Looking at the futures after hours right now, it looks like they probably will get it. Even if you like to short, you had to admit that the last several days, the selling had gone a little bit overboard. We saw a recovery today in Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, and the Qs overall. The first day being incredible option trading opportunities on the 2-minute chart. After a morning spike and about 30 minutes of some morning consolidation, if you look at Microsoft, you saw a well-defined crossover pattern from 11:30 to 1. This was about 209.80 to about 213, a solid $4 move on a stock that it's relatively inexpensive option to buy with a lot of liquidity. That was a lot of good money that could have been made there. We already could see a turnaround in the overall markets as early as yesterday in the futures market after the close of the trading day. I went live, and during my live session, you saw that the futures had crossed on the hourly chart. The 10 moving average moved above the 25 moving average at 7 o'clock, right on that hourly time frame. Now, it's been since this writing about 12 hours, or since my, right now me recording, 12 hours since that event. And the bullish momentum has maintained for 10 out of those 12 hours. So Sal, you're asking, can I get back or can I get into some trades here? Of course, using my hourly time frame, right, and my trading strategy, if your stock has confirmed with 2 consecutive candlesticks, either one body within the other body or one body crossing above the previous hour's high, yes, you could very well enter the trade with now the 10 moving average being your stop, because on a crossover where the stock is going down and now coming back up, the 10 moving average should be beneath your price action. So now with that being beneath your price action, that will be your stop. For example, all right, let me give you some strategy here. QQQ closed at 277.88 right now. If after the first hour of trading tomorrow, it closes above 277.88, I'd be looking forward to going long that trade and then using the 10 moving average, which is now at 276.20, but at that time would probably be at some higher price. That would be my stop. Remember, the price will always be, that stop will always be the moving average underneath the price, right? Underneath the price action. On a chart where the stock is moving up, it wouldn't be the 10 moving average, but it'd be the 25 moving average beneath it. So that's a little bit of strategy for you there. I'll make a video to kind of help traders put it all together. The only stock actually confirming in a turnaround trend situation was Nvidia and AMD. Nvidia closing at 508.60 and now looking after hours at 514. AMD 81.91, looking at possibly opening up at 82.69 after hours. Let's see if both of those hold those incredible gains showing right now after hours. Rocket Mortgage held on to a small gain. A drop in the US dollar sent DXY lower, but big foreign stocks made the move on that cheaper dollar, pull up CAT as well as Honeywell, HON. Very interesting moves today before the end of the last hour. Really disappointed in Facebook today. $25 off its high, and the bounce today was quite pathetic. I just thought, where was the love for Facebook today? We just did not see it. A FANG stock that's not, I won't go out on a limb and saying it's being left behind, but there definitely just wasn't any love for Big Blue Facebook today. Man, Peloton, if you missed out on that move, boy, I can't tell you how incredibly lucrative Peloton has been. I've really been talking about this aggressively since I started this podcast, and pulling up the price action on Peloton over the last couple of days, you see why. This thing has literally picked itself off the floor, $20, $25 just over a couple of days. If you've missed out on Peloton, again, if you've missed out on Peloton, you could take out a look at NLS, Nautilus. You may be familiar with the name because they were a much larger brand in the early 90s and 2000s. Well, they're back on and in a bigger way and on a bigger stage because they've got a version of the Peloton, right, the bike. They already have the treadmills. They already have the name recognition. And this stock is really held up here, folks, after the last couple of days of what we've seen in the market. I've been really impressed with this thing, and I finally decided to bring it to your attention. It's projected to reach $30 a share here, and that's brought to you by the investment newsletter Citron Research, which is headed by Andrew Left. I have played a few of his plays before. He has won me quite a bit of money, so I can't speak any ill of him. So NLS is a stock that I'm going to be following here on the podcast. We'll see how things turn out there. It's a cheap stock, very, very liquid. So I don't know what the options look like. I haven't taken a look at it, but this is probably something I'd probably look at as, going in for stock because, again, I don't envision that the options would be liquid, but then again, I have not checked those out. I had someone on my live stream mention that they were short OSTK. Big pop for that today. Let's see if that keeps going up. Otherwise, that, short seller could be in big trouble if he hasn't already gotten out. There's a lot of meat on that bone that could be made up here because it's sold off quite aggressively over the last several days. And last I checked, as I mentioned in the last podcast, the corona situation is not over. The corona situation, again, is not over. So I don't doubt that many of these stocks that we saw sell off could very well retest their highs, just as we saw with Peloton today. Pay attention to the payment processors. I brought it up yesterday. Today, they delivered as expected. PayPal, Square, putting up 4%, 3.6% respectively. Still looking very nice. Last I checked, people still like to buy online, and those two stocks are going to continue to make money now as we enter the holiday season. I believe that PayPal over the next 3 months will put on and earn more revenue than they've ever had in their lifetime. That's right. I believe PayPal in the next 3 months, with what we got going on, will earn more revenue than they have ever made in their history in the next 3 months. Everybody's inside. Everybody's going to be ordering online. PayPal, Square, and other lines of businesses, Visa, MasterCard, they're going to be huge beneficiaries of what's going on. Switching over to food, let's take a look at pizza, PZZA, Papa John's. No Shack Pizza, but boy, that didn't mean that traders couldn't make money on this stock. Still $20 off the high, but I think you can very well see this back at those highs again. McDonald's, bulletproof all last week. The first day of this week being yesterday. McDonald's still holding very well. It is showing a bit of weakness here on the RSI, particularly on my hourly time frame. You see a rejection there on the 60 RSI. Could this be the beginning of a breakdown in McDonald's? If McDonald's does break down for a couple of days or a couple of dollars lower, I think you jump in this because it's got some very nice liquid options, and it's a stock that's going to continue to win for the next several weeks and months ahead. Sideways play on PLAY. and RRGB, Red Robin Gourmet Burgers, did a nice gain on that today. Play, not so much, but either way, they're still looking solidly strong here. Play pulling back a little bit. I'm still watching the airlines, guys. Please believe when they take off, I will let you know. I have said it specifically on this channel that the airlines are just not where you want to be right now. Energy, the same way. Those are places you don't want to be right now. Some people don't want to listen to me, and you're taking huge losses on the airlines. For example, look at, American Airlines today, down 4%. Horrible day. Delta down 2%. Spirit down 4.5%. And this was on a massive green day for the markets. But yet, here we go with these incredible businesses losing their ass, because the fact of the matter is we're just not there yet. We're just not there to call these stocks worthy of being bought right now. There's still a lot of lower prices, unfortunately, to come for these, transportation stocks. And that just, it is what it is. It's your boy Sal. Tomorrow is another trading day. I'll be here to wrap it up. Trade well.